I don't know if you know what your name means. Because people want to be like, oh, Uyipunu. Uyani, Yanaman.
Maybe I must change it, you know. In the English world, it's like John or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what it means. Maybe one day I should, you know. There was at some point a trend of people changing their names to,
of course,
Africanize it.
Yes.
But in order of priorities in my life, that has not been. There's also something about it that.
Please, can you bring either the mic closer to you or you
I
closer
have fun
to the mic?
and games because sometimes I'll sit in meetings and they'll be like, this meeting cannot start before Jan gets here.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
before Jan gets here?
Yeah. Until I say, no, I am the Jan.
Sure.
So the name and the gray hair also is like a good form of differentiation, identity type thing.
If it was back in the day, I went to visit Durban recently and I was reminded because I was at Oceans Mall.
Yeah.
In Mhlanga.
Yeah.
Vivian Reddy and his wife, Sorisha, of course. But reminded of his story. I think it's called Edison Electric back in apartheid days where he built some of his money.
Yeah.
And how they used to call him and be like, we want to speak to your boss.
Yeah.
And he'd lie and say, no, my boss is overseas. Meanwhile, it was his business.
Yeah.
And how this, to what you're saying, white hair, which means respect. This is an elder.
Absolutely.
And it's, no, we're waiting for a white man to come in.
But as I mean, one of the things I've been liking about the Convo conversations and some of the Penwell Show conversations is some of these things that we take for granted that a lot of people understand.
Yeah.
You know, like because in our head, it's like it's so obvious, right? So it's fascinating when I come across kids that don't know that you had to be given the so-called Christian name, right? So if you do not have a white name, you were not getting a birth certificate. And either your parents rocked up at Home Affairs with the name. If they did not, you were given the name on the spot, right? And the names also then reflect what was the dominant community of white people in that area.
100%.
So in my part of the world, because it was predominantly Africans farming, the white people were the African farmers. This is why from my part of the world in Limpopo, you have Jan, Fanny, Oma, all of that. Because it was a reflection of it's a reflection of the known names in that part of the world. So I came out with Jan.
Sure.
And
you would have been John. You're very right. It's from John the Baptist, Hebrew, or Dutch in your case.
Yeah.
And it means God is gracious.
Wow.
So you don't have to research. I'm right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Your surname?
That's another complicated story. Yeah, it's another complicated story. So my surname is a made-up surname, actually.
Made up?
Yeah. So in the rural parts of say Limpopo, you'll have some random guy who rocks up coming from wherever. There's a good chance that this old man came from Zim, right? Great grandfather, right? Okay. And what will happen is at some point the locals will give you a name, right? So this guy then tries to get married, but no one knows who's your family, who's coming to negotiate, whatever.
Yeah.
And the family he was trying to marry the girl from, Bahana, they were refusing to let him do that. So people started to call him Moganwa.
Just from that?
Yeah. That's the guy that was trying to get married to this woman and whatever. Ki Moganwa. So that's why my kind of like the history of my family lineage is quite short because we don't know
beyond
where this guy
comes from.
So you can only trace your family lineage, 3 generations?
Yeah.
Hectic.